Yeah, you can stun bosses, and you can just keep them stunned every turn. Like, all the bosses are a joke. You're basically a god. You're a boss slayer. You just keep them CC'd basically the whole fight while you just wipe out the trash and just DPS the fucking boss while he sits there and does nothing. You're scared of his legendary action. Well, guess what? He's stunned. So that means if you have a weapon in your hand, if you got a weapon, holy shit, guys, I'm getting a little too excited. Bro, I really love this fucking build, guys. I really love this build. If you're just starting out with the monk build, you probably actually want to pick monk, but if you're higher level, then you actually start as rogue. So I'm higher level, I'm gonna start as rogue. Reason is you got better choices on your shits, right? And you get better proficiencies, blah, blah, blah. As a monk, you're not gonna be the main guy who's persuading people. So you take athletics, hardcore, you take sleight of hand, hardcore, and then, you know, it really doesn't matter otherwise for these other couple, but could even do perception. But I think athletics and sleight of hand are too good not to take. And then you could just respec at level, I think it's 6 or 7, level 7, and go into rogue and then get these acrobatics, sleight of hand. That's the biggest deal, really. Or athletics, sleight of hand. All right, this is where it gets interesting, though. You think it's dex. Obviously, we're not actually setting our abilities for rogue. So this shit is kind of irrelevant. It's strength all day. Strength all day. We don't give a shit about charisma. +2 to strength. Wisdom is very important. Intelligence, not so much. Hit that strength and pump it to 17 instantly. Which means we're gonna have to make sacrifices, okay? We'll talk about these sacrifices in a second. What sacrifices are we gonna make? Not wisdom. Not wisdom. We are not sacrificing wisdom. We want wisdom 16. That's gonna be a big help in the early game. It's gonna be a big help later in the game when you get your gear. That actually, there's gear at Act 3. Adds your wisdom modifier on top of your melee damage, and wisdom's going to be good when you don't have armor for unarmored defense. You need wisdom. Okay, you need wisdom. Dexterity or constitution? That's really the question. Okay, you want more health, or do you want to go earlier in the turn order? Okay, you also get a bit of additional armor class from your dex. Generally, I like to go earlier. But I've also seen, especially on honor mode, I'm doing a monk right now in honor mode. I'm on Act 2. Generally, I have been going sooner, and that does allow me to put motherfuckers in the ground pretty early on. But if I get targeted, sometimes I'm getting one-shotted. But is Constitution really going to save me? Is Constitution really going to save me? I don't know. If you've got someone squishier in your party that you'd rather get hit, you know, I guess you could go Constitution, because they'll probably target that one. But I think Dexterity is generally the better thing to do. And we sacrifice the Constitution for that. You're not going to be focusing on any spells. You're not going to be whatever it is, concentrating on any spells, really, as a monk. So the level order, since I'm getting rogue first, is actually going to be monk to 6, and then you get rogue at level 7. And you'll respec at level 7. It's only 100 gold, guys. Stop acting like respecs cost so money. It's only 100 gold. Respec at level 7 to be rogue level 1 so that you can get those proficiencies, those abilities. Let's re-roll into monk here. Let's multi-class here. That's going to be the bulk of your damage. Level 1 monk is obviously, well, honestly, one of the most powerful classes you can be right at the beginning of the game, too. It's just really good. Monk is really good all the way throughout the game, guys. I honestly, I think Monk might be the strongest class in general in this game throughout the entirety of the game. Like the most consistent, because I think Monk is like probably the most, if not the most, one of the most solid classes at level 1. And I don't think he really slows down. Like Flurry of Blows is crazy for being a level 1. Like, you know, like that shit is crazy. Level 2, you're not slowing down. You're getting these, you know, you're getting a dash. You're getting a bonus action dash at level 2. Very solid, right? You're getting disengaged bonus action as well. And patient defense is very solid as well to keep yourself alive. So level 2 is no joke either. Fortunately, you don't have a lot of options. You can't really screw this build up. This is the only place where you could screw this up. Level 3, you get access to deflect missiles, which is pretty killer. This is also why I recommend you up your dexterity too, plus your dexterity modifier. You do use dexterity in some ways on this class, even though it's not going to be your main like damage stat. That's going to be strength thanks to Tavern Brawler. Tavern Brawler is way too OP. We don't give a shit about this. This is cool and all. Way of the Four Elements. Honestly, all these subclasses are fun. Way of the Open Hand is how you got to get broken, okay? Topple is broken. Push can get a lot of value too if you want to just end somebody's fucking life. But you don't want to take the risk of just using your bonus action to push. You want to dual damage. And then Stagger is, honestly, these are all great options. Topple is your, if I had to put them in a tier list, Topple's like S tier. Stagger is like probably like B tier, and Push is A tier. Stagger is good to just, you know, you can't take reactions. If you need people to run past them, if you want to just hit them and get away, great option for that. Push, you can actually just end somebody's life without risking not doing any damage to them if you fail to check. And then Topple is a fucking prone, advantage on all melee attacks. This, you need Open Hand. You need Open Hand. I believe this is what gives you Stunning Strike, but I think you might get it anyway at level 5. Okay, so let's see, level 4 here, additional key point, slow fall. Slow fall's okay. You get your feet, you take Tavern Brawler. It's basic. Tavern Brawler is, well, here it is. When you make an unarmed attack, use an improvised weapon or throw something, your strength modifier is added twice to the damage attacker rolls. Basically, whatever your strength modifier is at the start, you're 17, right? But you should get Anti-Ethel's Hair, or it doesn't even matter, actually. You don't need Anti-Ethel's Hair because Tavern Brawler gives you that +1 in strength, bro. Now I've got +4, which means +8 to every single unarmed attack I make. That's right, every single one. Okay, level 5, you'll get 2 punches, and then you'll get the bonus action punch, which means that's 2 additional punches. That's 4 attacks at level 5, okay? 4 attacks at level 5. You're gonna get even more with additional bonus actions. Once you hit Rogue, you're getting like 6 or 7 attacks, some crazy shit. And yeah, you're basically busted. You get hasted, you're getting like 8 attacks, 7 attacks if you're on honor mode. You're getting a lot of attacks. You're getting +8 to each attack. Level 6 as well, you're getting the extra radiant damage or psychic, necrotic, whatever you choose. Yeah, this is broken. You need Tavern Brawler. This is super broken. Throwing items too. I mean, that's good, I guess, if you're far away. Don't use a bow or some shit. Throw a fucking item at him. Throw a spear at him or something. Bonus damage. And when you throw people, I like throwing people off the edge of the map in this game, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Level 6, but this is really level 5 at this point. This is where you literally come online, guys. You become a god at level 5. Holy shit. Extra attack obviously is good, right? But what we're really looking at here is Stunning Strike. Dude, you guys don't even realize. This is like the only class that gets a stun, really, as far as I'm aware. Jimmy Neutron Brain Blast you get from the Illithid powers. If you turn half a Illithid, but this is literally, you don't have to short rest for this, it just costs a key point. And yeah, you can use this twice. You can use this as an extra attack too. You can literally use this attack twice. I know it looks very weak, but it's not. It's gonna do the same amount of damage as a normal unarmed attack. You can use it twice in one turn with extra attack, and you roll for stun. You roll for stun, and yes, that's right. 90% of the bosses in this game you can't stun. The only boss I've come up across that I can't stun is Grim. Grim, that's right, guys. There will be other bosses, obviously, but like humanoids, any like, you know, sentient, I guess, bosses, not like armor constructs, maybe. We'll have to see if you can stun them, but yeah, you can stun bosses, and you can just keep them stunned every turn. Dror Ragzlin was a joke, you know, like all the bosses are a joke with this class. Once you hit level 5, you're basically a god, you're a boss slayer, you just keep him CC'd basically the whole fight while you just wipe out the trash and just DPS the fucking boss while he sits there and does nothing. You're scared of his legendary action, well guess what, he's stunned. You know, fucking Nier, I remember Nier, he was a joker. But, you know, yeah, Nier still does his little explodey thing, but who cares? He's stunned. You just hit him with fucking Arcane Missile, his little explodey legendary action's gone, and then he's fucking stunned, you know? Like, this shit is broken. This is probably the reason you use this build. Not that there's like 2 million reasons to use the build, but this is one of the S tier reasons to use it. Level 6. You're really gonna stay monk here if you're just level 6 and obviously not level 7 like me. Just gonna stay monk because key powered strikes, I mean, this is good for overcoming resistances, because if somebody's resistant to physical bludgeoning, it doesn't matter because now you're doing magical bludgeoning, right? They're resistant to blows to both. You're shit out of luck though. And you're getting a fucking damage increase. 4 to 7 damage increase on each attack. You even get to choose. It's just a passive feature you can toggle at any time. Right click, examine. Okay, he's immune to radiant damage, but he's weak to psychic. Okay, you fucking kill him. Later on, you'll get this one little item you can store in your inventory where anybody who's near you, which does include yourself and your party, but anyone who's near you is vulnerable to psychic damage. So at that point, you can just literally turn this on and deal 2 times this amount of damage to every person you hit. Radiant damage is like 90% of what you'll fight in Act 2. This class is literally one of the best classes for Act 2 because of that. This class is literally broken, bro. I don't know why Monk is so fucking good in this game, but also you're getting a fucking this wholeness of body action. This shit is crazy. Okay, you activate this during a tough fight, you heal. You're probably at full health because you're using it at the beginning, but let's say he went before you, you heal, you get wholeness. What's wholeness, you ask? You get an extra bonus action. You recover a key point every turn. You're literally a god during this fight. Okay. You know how many God, man. At this point, you can attack twice, then 2 punches, then another 2 punches, okay, with the bonus action. Your attacks twice can stun. They do bonus damage. You've also got the 6 additional, or the 4 additional from the bonus actions now. And those are also doing the radiant damage or whatever type of damage you're doing, bro. And they overcome bludgeoning resistance if it's just physical. Like, it's just too good, guys. It's just really too good. Okay, so at level 7, that's where you respec in a rogue, right? So that was level 6, now we're at level 7. This is where you're gonna respec in a rogue, okay? Respec in a rogue at level 1 because these aren't that good to get right in at this point. It's not anything, it's not any game changers like we've been playing yet, right? But yeah, level 7, you're gonna respec in a rogue at level 1, and then you're gonna go those 6 levels. But since I'm level 8, right? At level 8, you're gonna go into rogue now. Because you're getting your cunning actions, which can be okay, but I mean, obviously we've already got better versions, but now we can dash if we want, just for a bonus action without a key point. We've got 1,000,000 key points. They recharge on short rests. We've got the wholeness of body action now, so we're really chilling on that, but, you know, just in case, you've got these options now. It also might be recommended, based on, you know, what you think, that you actually respec again here, and just take 3 levels in rogue, because these aren't that good. And at level 3 rogue, you're gonna get your extra bonus action from your thief subclass, which is really where you're gonna come online. So I'd probably say, believe it or not, that respecking again to get 2 levels in rogue here, or 3 levels in rogue instead of 2, is probably worth it. And staying at level 5 monk until you hit level 9, where you can get level 6 monk. Because let's see, if you use the wholeness, you've got 3 bonus actions. So that's 2 attacks plus 2, 4, 6, 8 attacks, right? You're gonna be doing 8 attacks. If you're hasted, 10 or 9 on honor. So that's a lot of fucking attacks. So it's probably worth it for that 1 level to get the bonus, I would say. But that really is up to you. That really is up to you. Obviously, you're rolling thief, by the way. There's no other way to do this. You have to roll thief. And then here's where you kind of can choose what you want to do. Now, we're not staying in rogue, right? What could we do here? Okay, we could take the rest of our levels in monk. We could go fighter, 2 levels for the action surge, right? That's a viable option. I've also heard some talk about going warlock. You know, Armor of Agathis wouldn't be bad. You could. I don't really see it. It really depends on your party, right? But for the most part, you're probably going to want to finish monk for a couple reasons, okay? But fighter is not a bad pick either, in my opinion. Fighter's not a bad pick either. Let's cancel this. Let's go monk, okay? This next monk level, evasion, dodge out of the spells. When a spell or effective deal half damage on a successful dexterity saving throw, it deals no damage if you succeed and only half damage if you fail. Evasion, not that good, right, guys? Stillness of mind, charm to frighten. You honestly cast stillness of mind to remove the condition. This is not bad. Frighten can be really annoying. Frighten can be really annoying. Charmed, especially annoying, but doesn't pop up that often. You get an extra key point. That's not really a big deal. That level's going to be kind of boring for you, right? You get another feat here, though. Obviously, we're taking ability improvement. We get strength up to 20 here. Or you might have a piece of gear now. At this point, you're level, what, 11? You might have a piece of gear here that actually ups your strength to 23, I believe. That's an Act 3 piece of gear. So at that point, you're just going to respec and do everything the same. But instead of putting strength up, you can just completely respec strength and choose, like, I don't know, dexterity up or constitution, wisdom. I'd probably do constitution, honestly. Maybe wisdom, actually. You probably want to get your wisdom to 20. If possible. 18 is probably the highest you can get with ability improvement, unfortunately. If you got it to 17 and you got Auntie Ethel's hair, and you used it on this character, I would probably use Auntie Ethel's hair on wisdom. And then at this point, once you get that piece of gear, you can get your wisdom to 20. You get it to 19. Yeah, no, you start at 17, Auntie Ethel's to 18, ability improvement to 20. And then you'll get that additional wisdom bonus when you get the wisdom gear that adds to your unarmed attacks. That's probably the best bet. And you might have some more points freed up. You put your strength at 8 because it's getting set to 23. It's points freed up for constitution. You can put some in there. I would probably prioritize dexterity. But yeah, take ability improvement, and if you don't have that gear, strength, easy clap. And this is where, this is why you put the points in a monk at level 12. Class feature, additional unarmored movement. If you're still here, you could also take cleric, by the way, for heavy armor if you wanted that, but you'll lose some bonuses for unarmored, by the way. This is nice if you want additional movement. Let's see, but the actions are what's really going on here. Key resonation punch. That's right, guys. This is a melee attack that you can do no matter what. No matter what, you can always key resonation punch somebody, guys. So that means if you have a weapon in your hand, if you got a weapon, holy shit, guys, I'm getting a little too excited. Bro, I really love this fucking build, guys. I really love this build. If you have a weapon in your hand, okay, or 2 weapons in your hand, you can still punch. You don't have to use the weapon, okay? Now, Luke, why the fuck is that a big deal? Right? Just use the weapon or unequip it, dumbass. Because you can use 2 stat sticks now, okay? To just get stat bonuses and buffs. 2 legendaries if you got them, okay? You can get some decent gear in the late game that can just buff you. And you can just straight up equip them. They might give you new abilities. They might give you +1 to whatever. They might increase your strength. Who the fuck knows, you know? Like, there's a lot of different cool gear at the end of the game. Cool weapons. That you can use just to straight buff yourself, and now you can still use unarmed attacks with that gear equipped to make yourself even more powerful. And then of course you can, how this works is basically you punch somebody, they resonate, and you go around punching people, and then at the end of the turn you use this, and now you do a big AoE where everybody blows the fuck up, right? And anyone around those creatures blow up with them. So if you punch a bunch of people all around each other, now they're all blowing up and they're all dead, guys, okay? So it's a cool extra ability as well. And now you can just straight up punch action or bonus action whenever you want as well. You're probably still gonna want to use your flurry of blows, flurry of blows. But if you wanted like set up a big blast, you could use your bonus actions to just set up another key resonation like guy to blow him up. But yeah, that's the build. It's fucking broken. There's lots of good gear you can get. Let's see. I think I've got you should just go on this page in the wiki. Gloves of Soul Catching is what you're gonna get really late on in the game. Yo, what up, Caitlin? What's up, dude? You're gonna get this real late. Early on, there's a lot of good stuff. This is Act 2, just at the start, right at the start of Act 2. You get these, the Sparkle Hands in Act 1. These are pretty fucking awesome. Additional damage on every attack besides the first attack you make, and you're getting a +1 to your attack rolls, and you're getting like a 1 to 8 additional damage every like 3 attacks. Very good. Armor of Uninhibited you get really early too, but it's not really good. I don't use Patient Defense often. Uninhibited Ushigo, obviously these are the Wisdom modifier ones. But yeah, you get a lot of these pretty, like Act 2, Act 1, you can get some of the stuff, but a lot of these are Act 3. That's where you'll really come online. Yeah, just go to this page and you can see what gear you want.